that you will be able to keep connection with me and I with you. I would like to first extend my regards and gratitude to the Otoja of Osogbo and his Oloris of Osogbo, as well as to my invitee, the Center for Black Culture and International Understanding, the Susan Venda Adulu Olorisha Trust, to Iyatoyin Aja, and for the invitation to address this esteemed group. I give thanks to Eledumare Oshun and the legacy of Susan Venda, and to all of our ancestors in Gungwa for making this day and time possible, and of course my husband, Chief Olaifa Onifade Ifabeni Orisha of Osogbo. Let me first begin in the fact that Susan Venda was able to see the beauty in the people of Osogbo, Nigeria, and the blessing of the era left to this city by the power of the goddess Oshun. Maybe a part of this was due to her healing of tuberculosis by a traditional priest, and she committed herself to this city and to the people. Secondly, her commitment to Osogbo did not begin or end with the sacred grove, but also to the children she took as her own, to educate them and to care for them. I make this distinction because this conversation that I'm hoping that you all will hear is about the theory of motherism as a tool of leadership. Susan Venda's commitment was seemingly to a higher order, to Oshun. Please bear with me because I have shared some of this earlier last week. But as the story of Odu Ifa Oshotura tells us, and please forgive me for telling the short version, as so many of you know, the 16 Orumila came to earth, ignored the work of one woman, Oshun, and realized later that she was the one who made life for everyone worth living. She gave fertility, or more, prosperity or wool, the grass to grow, and made life good. She was a leader in the community of the 16 other Orumila. Now, bear with me, my children tease me all the time, so please forgive me, but there's a Yoruba proverb that states there is no special reason a woman should not be named Kumlo, or Kumlo, which has commonly been interpreted to mean no male leader is available. The word means death has taken the leader, the firstborn, the most accomplished. This does not mean only females can be Kumlo or Kumlu. And the question becomes, where did this saying or understanding come from about urban women and leadership? I am a graduate PhD student in leadership. My dissertation research is on the leadership of Yoruba women in Isheshe, government, and in business. This is a topic of great passion for me. This topic comes from the concept of what some say has been lost, Omoluwabe, which is a part of our fundamental understanding of Yoruba culture and Ifa values. A concept of which all virtues are combined is that of good character. Leadership is about good character. It is a part of Wapele. It is what inspired women like Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, Efunsade Olaifa, May and others. Susan Binger and Osun leaders, you may ask, what is leadership? Leadership is the ability to inspire, to influence, or to guide. Something most, if not all, urban women, females come from or learn to IA with. The ability to inspire, influence, or guide. Oftentimes we look at leadership as trying to tell someone what to do. No. Leadership is the ability to inspire people to do. Many of you who heard me speak last week, I'm from America. Some could call me a Black American, African American, and if you don't like me, you may call me a Kata. My lineage is Yoruba, Ga, Bantu. Why is this? It was due to the slave trade. Here on the shores of places like Badagry, Benin, and Gorée Island, Dahomey. My father, Babali, takes great pride in the fact that his daughter is a strong Black woman who has been called to lead and inspire and to make things happen, to help change, and to help make lives better. This is important coming from a culture that everyone has a part to play for the betterment of a community, not just individuals. Black American women and men have learned to survive, many successfully and many not so successfully. You may ask, what is the source of our strength and our inspiration, which is a part of leadership? And the source of our strength, despite the harshness, is our faith and belief in God, whether you call that God, Eledumare, God, Allah, it is God. The best example of that strength is the Black American Church, of which many expressions of faith come from Isheshe. During colonialism, slaves from Africa imparted the Isheshe tradition into their new Black faith, which consisted of speaking in tongues, spirit, dance, golasia, spiritus. Black women, not unlike Yoruba women, support their faith institutions. Their leadership came from their labor, whether it was in marketplaces or working for someone. Their labor, money, and most importantly, prayer, iwore, that is a part of their leadership, of which we as urban men and women have done since the beginning of time. Susan Binger stepped into her role as a leader not because she wanted to tell someone what to do, but because she herself was inspired by Osun and the artistry here in Osogbo. Some of you may not know that the artistry of Osogbo has reached America in a big way. My father himself, not an artist in the visual sense, but a performing artist, a drummer, and lawyer, helped to bring many Osogbo artists into the Atlanta area to show their art. The legacy of Osogbo is bigger than Nigeria. I love history. Not the colonial history of the British or conquering forces, which have given us our modern religious traditions, but the history of our indigenous Isheshe pre-colonial history. In this history, the roles of men and women, Okanun and Odanwin, is not one where male is bigger than female, which has become the assumed understanding of Yoruba culture, but shared and balanced leadership. What I'm saying is, when the sun, if there is not the sun, there is not the moon. It's balance. Abi, sun cannot operate without the moon. Yoruba scholars such as Olaruke, Olarumi, and Olaruke, Olajabu, leadership of women, whose roles, who understand the roles between men and women are like dancing. Sometimes you go first, and sometimes you follow. But either way, there is a path in order to complete the goal, and beautiful choreography of movement. Leadership is the role of motherhood, which is not that of simply giving birth. Leadership, understood in the context of motherhood, is the bringing and caring for the community, for the culture.
Thank you.
Motherhood is not an anatomy of male or female. It is the care of people that Eledumare demands of us all.
Thank you.
Susan Venga understood this through the Yoruba people and made the choice to show her respect and commitment in the children and in the creation of one of the most valuable resources in the world. Designated and UNESCO. Without the inspiration and leadership of women,
thank you so much, Alan. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Next we have a short musical interlude by Ẹgbẹ́ Ìmìrì Onítẹ̀síwájú Worldwide. Ẹgbẹ́ Ìmìrì Onítẹ̀síwájú Worldwide. The team is our man. Are you set? Okay. I think you